Let's go!
For anybody that has been not keeping up, and I haven't made a video on it in a little while, simply because a lot of fighting games have come out, and Street Fighter and all these other games are taking up just a lot of my personal time. And it's like, if I've been wanting to get good at these games, I want to get kind of like better at them, and I'm just enjoying playing the new games. Like MK1 is fun, and Street Fighter 6 is an absolute blast. I still really enjoy playing it. But, you know, I'm a Marvel head, so acknowledging the fact that the future of Marvel vs. Capcom is left in fans' hands, fans' hands have been moving, and things are definitely shifting in some pretty wild directions right now in terms of modded Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. There is a huge community update on the horizon at some point that is just sort of tentatively going to come out that has been announced, and we watched like a video on it, and Nero was in there, and John Talbane, and future characters like Rogue. We saw this stuff, and it was like, wow, this is crazy. That still hasn't been released yet because several other pretty massive things have happened in that time frame. Who was the first person to post the animation footage? Who did that come from? Was it there Xeno or Yoshi? I think it was a turning Yoshi. Hold on. Anybody looked at this GIF on Twitter? And it didn't seem like anything super special. You know, it isn't anything special, but to anybody that is moderately familiar with Ultimate Marvel 3 mods, you play this video and there is a lot to talk about.
You can't stop this.
Hagar just effectively did Bayonetta's friggin' taunt pose from Smash Ultimate, right? Marvel 3 got a lot of assets in general from Smash Ultimate, like model-wise. Like, a lot of stuff was able to be transitioned over because similar, you know, poly counts. The art style is kind of similar. So Hagar just did Bayonetta's taunt pose. It's stupid, it's goofy, and it would just be like, oh, that's funny, see you later. However, this is an old-ass Capcom engine called MT Framework 2.0, that has no documentation, and all the modders have essentially been reverse engineering how it works. All the other characters you've seen in the history of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 mods, how were they made? By quite literally piecemealing animations together. Like the stuff that you would see in the past of like Asura. This is just one of the best examples. There's my video. This character is implemented into the game, and he specifically only has pieces of existing animations from other characters. The same goes for Thanos, the same went for Bison. All the other modded characters do not have custom anims. They do not have animations that are like literally made for them. So all you had was pulling the assets from other characters and just piecemealing them together. Taking one piece here, one piece there. Shut up about my hair, okay? It grew out again. One piece here, one piece there, and yeah, you can make a whole ass character out of it. And it was a ton of work, and it is something that I always love showing off, how much work these guys put into this game, because it's truly incredible to see that characters like Asura and stuff like that can happen. This was predated by a model importer where you can actually import new character models into the game. Look at this stuff, dude. Asura is a fully realized character, along with many others in Ultimate Marvel 3, because you just took pieces of animations from other characters. So what does that mean for this? This is a animation import from a completely different game that is not Ultimate Marvel 3, with a similar rigged character translating that animation directly onto Hagar. Something that's never been done before. So that means that if you have the rigs or the character data animations from other games, you can take it from other existing titles and translate it into Ultimate Marvel 3 characters now. For anybody that doesn't know, like, the process of this, it isn't a drag and drop situation. I'd say like the most comparative thing is motion capture. Anybody know how mocap actually works? Is that you don't just take mocap and just throw it into a thing and then it just works. No, it takes like a ton of people to do cleanup and then re-rigging the mocap, and then animators on top of the mocap to turn that into an actual animation. So in a similar fashion, it's the same thing. Like, you can't just take the data, drop it in, and you're good. No, there's still a lot of work that's going to go into translating this stuff. But that's the thing. This was October 2nd, the first revelation that we have new animations for characters in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. What has this essentially led to? Some pretty funny stuff. All right. Deadpool could potentially get new taunts. That's cool. How about this? So Zeno, another modder, found this. Cyclops, what traditionally was using a lot of Sea Viper anims, right? Because of the eye lasers and all that kind of stuff. Well, now they can just rig up different poses. Granted, works in progress, but Cyclops can actually do some of his crazy poses that he does during his supers. Huh. Well, that's cool. And this is like custom animations, you know? These are things that are just directly translated like, oh, we're just trying to see if this works. Oh, it works. It actually does work. Tabs posts this a few days ago. This is actually from October 6th. What is this? Here's Ultron. For anybody, obviously, that doesn't know, you would not realize that Ultron was never a character in Marvel 3. However, I made a video about it. Ultron returns to Marvel. This is from a year ago. And all these animations of this character are directly interpolated from other animations of other existing characters in Marvel 3. No animation import, right? All of this shit is just done through sheer willpower and brute force to make this character a playable reality. And it's insane how he still is really close to his Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite version. But now... What is that? Just the dick kick? Hold on a second. What? Here it is. This is the right one. Oh, well, that's just Ultron's walking animation from Marvel Infinite. And these are all just his animations from MVCi. No longer are they sort of piecemealed together animations from the previous one. Also, Thanos no longer is like a weird amalgamation of Hagar. Thanos has his default pose. He's at this point using pieces of Thanos from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The animations were translated from a completely different game into this old-ass engine. And this is like early on, right? Before things are even polished. So that's pretty crazy, right? Now we have models and characters coming from completely other fighting games and being translated into an old-ass engine of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Blown away by it, right? It's incredibly cool. And already, it's been like less than a week and stuff is already happening. Monster Hunter has her anims from Marvel Infinite. Holy hell. Just is straight up, has the dual blades, has the MVC, has just all the animations. The level 1 looks really good. Even though it's early, it still looks really, it's crazy, dude. And that's the thing. I'm pretty sure that this character, the Monster Hunter that was in the game before, didn't have dual blades, right? Yeah, she was just straight missing dual blades. Yeah, this was not here. So... Great sword animations now intact. You know, all this stuff was just sort of, again, really brute forced before. And now it's here. Now it's actually just working. Some more work in progress. What was this? Oh, so again, you know, these modders have done such an amazing job where Ultron, you know, Captain Marvel practically looked like they just came from MVCi. But now, you know, already since so much stuff was in tune, Captain Marvel's getting a lot of her moveset. Captain Marvel's now going to be pretty close to her MVCi version. Default pose is there. Her animation, her walk animations are there. Some throws aren't tuned up yet, but still, you know, this is early on. She just straight up is the character. Why don't modders build on MVCi instead? You have to realize passion begets passion. So MVCi had a lot of parts about it that people didn't like. So there's not a natural fandom built around it. MVC3 has a huge fandom. People passionately love the shit out of Marvel 3 in the same way that the only other game that has modding to this extent, to this level of polish, the only other games that exist that are like this are essentially Smash Brothers, right? And that's crazy is that this is legit. This is actually the fucking Monster Hunter combo from MVCi. Like, I play this character in that game. This is really close to being legit the same combo. So sick. My God, dude. This was posted earlier today, and I emphatically made this tweet that this is so unbelievably cool. I can't believe it, because Cali Kings has a level of polish to his characters that is almost unfathomable that he was able to pull off some of this stuff. Venom, already a character playable in Ultimate Marvel 3 through mods. This is the old Venom. This is the old versions of these characters, just using animation, tweening, and transitions, right? All it's using is assets existing in the game already, and somehow Venom is so close to his MVCi version, it's crazy. So this is the old way, 9 months ago. Here is Venom today. Just straight up the same animations from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. A work in progress. His tongue moves. Has his idle pose. All this extra stuff, all the effects stuff, like the Venom Rush, all this kind of crazy stuff, all that is probably still the brute force work that they had to do. Now he just straight has his old Venom throw animation. So clean. It's crazy. It's not easy to do, too. This is like, just getting this to this state is probably like weeks, you know? Also, Sakura looking a lot like Sakura Street Fighter V anims over here. It is insane. It is really crazy. And you know what's even better is that they use the pitched down version of Venom's voice, because Venom's voice in MVCi was a bit high pitched. We are Venom. Like, he almost sounded like Carnage. It's just absolutely wild. Venom's a real boy, and he's in Ultimate Marvel 3. You know, it's happening. It's actually happening. It's not even a, oh, we're just gonna piece him together and make him kind of that way. Like, no, like, it's just happening now. Check this out. So, Street Fighter V Sakura. Cool. It's happening. It's gonna be a lot of work, right? It's gonna be.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Let's lock and load.
All right, guys, I need you to focus on what's important here. I'm gonna need all the devs that are working on this. You guys gotta focus. It's Iron Man animation. Does it have a hitbox? That's my question.